welcome to video number 2 for today. Gotta love that, right? Okay, so I went and picked up 4 retics today. These were actually surrenders from, like I said in an earlier video, gentleman was going through some tough times and did not want to see the snakes have any kind of bad conditions, so he offered to give them to me for safekeeping, and I agreed. He did give me a one enclosure, which this is a showcase enclosure. Big fan of these, by the way. The 4-footers are phenomenal, and we'll cover those a little bit later. But what I have done here, I got all these enclosures set up. I've got the temperatures correct. I've adjusted to what I think they should be. As we know from the last video, you can't go by the temp guns, but give a very close range as far as the hot and the cold side. I had a gentleman ask me earlier what the cold and hot side should be. On retics, mine do incredibly well at 84 to 86 on the hot side and 75 to 77 on the cool side. The way I've done my probes, which I do a surface temperature, they come in about 2 inches above the bottom and they lay on the floor. Just keeping that between 84 and 86. The cool side is going to be right at where it needs to be, between 75 77 degrees. Most people don't realize is retics are very resilient. You know, you hear a lot of people do a ambient room temperature, and they usually keep theirs about 80 to 85 degrees, and they do very well. So that does not even offer a hot and a cool side. Theirs do extremely well. So don't think that you have to pinpoint the temperatures. I don't believe that you do. I may get some bad replies on that. But all of mine have done incredibly well with fluctuating temperatures, and you know, of course, in the winter your house is not as warm, so it takes a little bit of correcting on the heat panel in order to bump that up. But at what point did you check it, and did they go several days in 82 or 83 degrees? Oh my gosh, no, they're going to be fine. Okay, so what I've done is I brought these retics in, I got them out of their bag, and I placed them in a tub of water. The water temperature, I did a 86 degree water temperature, and gave them about a 30-minute soak, just in case there were any kind of mite issues that were not visible when I picked them up. And just give them a good soak, and welcome them to the new home. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these out now and put them in their enclosures. Kind of give you guys a little bit better look at them as well. The first one, if you saw my video earlier, you know that I was pretty excited about. This one here is supposed to be an anathoristic Sunfire Tiger, or Sun Tiger, Citron. Not sure about the Sunfire on this. I do believe that it could be a Tiger Citron. The anery, it would have to prove out, of course. But for the most part, looks like a very good snake. Now, she is in blue right now. I don't know if you can get a better look at her. But she is going into shed, so we'll know more after she sheds. But let's get her in there in her new home and see how she likes it. Of course, I did the water for her, and I also gave her a size adequate hide so she feels secure. And basically, not to mention, we're in my quarantine room. We're not really in with the rest of them. I usually do the quarantine for 2 months. And that gives any kind of issues that might be in there time to arise and address before they infect the rest of the population. So the next one we're going to do, and I really felt bad for the guy because I know how it is on these snakes. it's hard to give them up. I mean, I went through selling my hatchlings, and that was tough. And I actually turned down some people that I felt were not ready for retics. And I was not going to allow my retics to go into the hands of someone who may not be prepared for it. And I may have been cussed out a time or two because of that, but hello, pretty girl. This one here is supposed to be an orange glow, and I do believe that is correct. Probably, I would say about 1.5 years old, maybe, maybe 2. He did state that a lot of his were slow grown. This one here, I believe he said, came from Jay Brewer. So ain't no telling what the genes that this snake might possibly have. So a little excited about that. All right. Now once you pull these out of the water, hold that cup up, or the black one's going to be hard to tell, but I did inspect her before I actually put her in there. And you want to look for the little black specks. This one here has a couple, but that might be just dirt that was in there from it being on the shelf. So we'll keep a good eye on that one. They appear to be in good health, so very happy about that. And they don't look malnourished. They look like they were fed properly. Now this girl here was sold to me as part of a Sunfire pair. And first and foremost, not sold to me, surrendered to me. Hello, pretty girl. How are you going to act? Now, I believe, oh, this one's in shed too, so might be able to tell a little bit more later on. But, I don't know, guys. It might have it in there. I might guess that it's a normal. But let's see what she looks like out of shed. You go to your new home, little girl. So what I've picked up today is 3 females and a male. So they will be staying here. I'm not going to, you know, a lot of people you see pick up these surrenders and they try to flip them. I told the guy that once he got back on his feet and he was in a position where he could take them back, he was more than welcome to come get them. But in the meantime, we're going to make sure that they are fed properly, have good heat and humidity, and thrive like every retic that I would like to see do. All right, big boy. This one here, I would definitely say this one's a Sunfire. Hello, big boy. Let's see, any dots on you? Any dots on you? You look pretty clean too, big boy. All right, I'm just going to direct his head. Now again, I do not know the dispositions of these snakes. I don't know how they've been. I don't know if they were hook trained. He stated that they were hook trained. But yeah, I would say that would be a Sunfire. The tail has been chopped off somehow. So it would be hard to make that assumption with the tail. There you go, big boy. Now, I believe these guys are going to do well. I don't think we have any kind of medical issues that I need to be alarmed with. And, of course, the one that I want to look at has gone right to her hide and probably won't come out for about 3 or 4 days. All right, so we're going to let these guys settle in for 3 to 4 days. At which time we'll go ahead and offer them some food. I may wait till next weekend. Just got to see how it goes. But I'm really glad the gentleman kind of swallowed his pride a little bit, and instead of going on Craigslist and selling them to anyone that offered him $100. So this guy here needs to be praised. You know, we all have gone through a hard time one time or another, and I really admire the guy for just offering to surrender them to a place where he knows that they're going to be taken care of. So kudos to him. I know he's going to be watching. I told him to make sure he looks for the video, so he'll be watching. I'm not going to mention any names or anything, because hell, if I was going through a hard time, I wouldn't want anybody to know. So the hell with y'all. I'm not going to mention his name. But good job, dude. I appreciate you letting me get them taken care of and give them a good home. They will be in quarantine for the next 2 months, and we'll get them nice and healthy, which I think they already are. I think they're good. So there's the... I don't know if we'd call it a reveal video. I don't think so. How about a welcoming video? Let's go with welcoming. Alright, so as you guys know, the names of these will be revealed. How about you guys help me out? You know that I do Greek mythology names. The first letter of the name is the first letter of their color mutation gene. So, help me out. Shoot me some names and see what we got. Make sure you add which snake you're talking about too. Don't confuse me. It's way too early to confuse me. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll keep you updated on the progress of these fine looking specimens, and we'll talk to you on the next video. Appreciate it.